everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez, and this is the Weekly Report, your look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. You know that saxophone riff that you just heard? It opens our show every week. Well, that was written and performed by Casey's own Bobby Watson. He and a lot of other cool cats were busy last weekend performing at the Kansas City Jazz and Heritage Festival. Performers included Layla Hathaway, John Schofield, Brandy, Olita Adams, and the legendary Chick Corea.
Now you are on tour with at least 4 different musicians, musical groups right now around the world. What keeps you coming back to Kansas City?
Well, I get invited. It's the best way to come to Kansas City.
Yes.
Well, it is good to see everyone here today, and we want to take a brief moment to say a brief welcome to the neighborhood today. We're so glad that all of you all are here. If we were at church, they say you're welcome once, you're welcome twice, you're welcome. All right.
Hey, thanks a lot for being here. This is really neat. This is the very first time that this has been held on the median of Paseo. It's extremely appropriate that it is so. It beats the heck out of concrete sitting on the grass, right? It's going to be a very great evening. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Chepto, for what you've done. Thank you, Joe, for what you're doing. Good to see you all. Rock and roll, baby.
The American Jazz Museum sponsored the festival. To find out more about jazz performances and other events, visit americanjazzmuseum.org. Flip the switch, KC. That is what we, along with other cities across the nation, will do over the noon hour on June 16th. Offices all over the world will turn off the lights if they are in a daylit space for 1 hour from noon to 1 p.m. to raise awareness about the role daylight can play in lighting our offices and reducing our environmental footprint. During the 2016 Daylight Hour, the city saved more than 2,000 kilowatt hours and almost $500 by turning the lights off in 5 different departments in 13 buildings covering 1.2 million square feet. If your office is planning to participate as well, be sure to tweet us your pics of saving energy that day and use the hashtag DaylightKC. The American Public Works Association has recognized kcmo Public Works Division Manager Patty Hildebrand as a Top 10 Leader of the Year this week. The award honors the career excellence of individual public works professionals in both the public and private sectors. Hildebrand was honored by the Kansas City City Council as well.
I'm almost always part of a team, and receiving this award isn't possible without acknowledging the other public works professionals that I have the privilege to work with every day. Every service we provide in Kansas City in the Public Works Department requires a human being to do it. They can't be automated. And so these professionals have the skills and knowledge and experience that make everything we do possible in maintaining the infrastructure and providing those critical assets for everyone in Kansas City. And I feel truly privileged to be a part of that for the last 20 years. They, in my opinion, are the heart and soul of those basic services for Kansas City.
Hildebrand will be recognized at a National Public Works Conference in August. Summertime is almost here, and that means a lot of time at the pool for many people. Check out these pool safety tips from the health department, as well as some news from our other departments.
Hi, I'm Audrey with Kansas City Convention and Entertainment Facilities, bringing you news of upcoming shows and events taking place in June at your city facilities. Paw Patrol, the animated Nickelodeon series, brings its first ever live tour to the Music Hall, June 3rd and 4th. It's the day of the Great Adventure Bay race between Adventure Bay's Mayor Goodway and Foggy Bottom's Mayor Humdinger. But Mayor Goodway is nowhere to be found. It's Paw Patrol to the rescue, as the pups share many lessons for children of all ages. All of your favorite Paw Patrol characters will be there to lend a hand, or a paw that is. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com or at the Municipal Auditorium box office. You're invited to the 2017 Scout City Barbecue presented by the Boy Scouts Heart of America Council on Friday, June 23rd at Barney Ellis Plaza from 11 to 2. Bring a big appetite because this is a benefit to make scouting available to all the youth in our community. More information and tickets are available at scoutcitybbq.org. To learn more about events taking place at the Kansas City Convention and Entertainment Facilities, visit kcconvention.com and click on the events calendar or call 816-513-5000.
What's been commonly known as the lie detector test has come a long way, and yet there are still many misconceptions about it. We went to find out the truth about polygraph exams from the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. Rick Lees is a former Olathe, Kansas police officer and is now a polygraph examiner for KCPD.
Most people refer to this as a lie detector, and it's not a lie detector. And it's an instrument that monitors or measures physiological changes in our body reduced by stress or by what we call a fight or flight type response or fight or flight syndrome. I can ask you a question and you don't even have to answer the question, and I can still see the results just as well as if you had answered yes or no.
According to Lees, polygraphs made their debut after World War II and were primarily used in government and police work and privately by some retail stores.
We use it primarily in criminal investigations and employment screening. The government uses it mostly in screening for new employees, such as in the intelligence field, FBI, any government phase. They're going to use it mostly for screening. They'll also use it for individual specific examinations where there's an ongoing investigation.
The polygraph is a delicate instrument that measures certain physiological changes in the body. Rick Lees explains the science behind the machine is fairly complex.
I'm going to put a plastic cup device on normally the right middle finger. It can go anywhere. I just prefer the right middle. And what this does, it shoots a beam of light into the skin and into the capillaries of the skin. And when we lie and we have these fight or flight responses, we pull blood out of the extremities and get it to the heart so that it can be pumped to our major muscle groups. Because if I'm going to have a fight or flight response, I'm going to need a good supply of oxygenated blood to supply either my leg muscles to run or my arm muscles, my chest muscles to fight better. So we see all these activities going on, and it's all because of the release of adrenaline. So we have tubes around the chest, a blood pressure cuff, what's called a plethysmograph, a photoelectric plethysmograph that goes on your fingers to measure the blood flow in the capillaries, and then what's called the electrodermal activity sensors the metal that goes on your fingers.
The most important part of the process is establishing trust with the subject so that nothing is a surprise on the test. Lees reviews all questions several times before they are asked, then interprets the answers.
The red questions are where I ask him, did you shoot? This is basically, did you shoot, and did you shoot at the person in the car? And these are my comparison questions, and he definitely did not shoot at the car. He was truthful on this shooting. He's not the guy. The red questions are the questions that involve him shooting. And the green questions are other questions.
So what advice does he have for anyone who undergoes a polygraph for employment or criminal investigation?
First of all, be truthful. Now, obviously, if they're a homicide suspect and they've committed a homicide, they're not going to be truthful. That serves them no purpose. My advice to them would be to stay home, not come. But for employment screening, which is probably 80% of what we do, maybe even more, maybe 90% of what we do, two things. Truthful. There's not a police department that doesn't realize that none of us are perfect. We've all made our mistakes in our life. We've done things we shouldn't have done. So be honest. Listen to the examiner. Most of us are very well trained. Most of us have done this a long time, and our job is to get you through this process. But you have to cooperate with us. Another thing I would tell is do not read the internet. Do not get on the internet and research polygraph, because it's going to tell you things to do, and if you do it, you will not do well in the polygraph.
I'm Sergeant Matt Fisher. Have a safe week.
Blighted and abandoned properties are issues that communities across the country have had to deal with in recent years. Kansas City is not exempt from this issue, and its land bank program has implemented a number of creative strategies to reduce and repurpose these properties. When necessary, the city has demolished buildings that are beyond repair. The now vacant lots can then be reused in new, creative ways. This is one of those creative uses.
I chose this home through Habitat for Humanity. They bought 4 houses on this block through the land bank of Kansas City. I chose this house because it was the bigger house on the block, and I have 3 children, so we all needed space.
We were trying to figure out who is the perfect partner to take on these rehab projects with. And Land Bank came to us and said, we have so many vacant houses within our inventory, and they're in the areas that you build. We partnered with them, acquired these houses, and then tried to strategically place sponsors with each of these homes so we could be as impactful as possible.
This is a house that we worked with the land bank on. There is a pretty specific process that you need to go through when you renovate a house, and the first part of that is having a good team. We will specifically target houses that are in need of renovation. Within about 6 months, this house will be completely renovated.
By eliminating that blight in those vacant homes, we truly are changing the fabric of this neighborhood, and it's amazing to see.
We've been in our house now for 2 months. I've really seen my children change. They're so happy. Now we have a foundation. I believe taking and rehabbing a house not only brings family in the home, it brings family also in the neighborhood.
The Kansas City Land Bank is an agency of the City of Kansas City, Missouri. For additional information on this project or to view available properties, visit kcmo.landbank.org.
The Summer Dusk free concert series is a great way to get together with family and friends in a historic Kansas City neighborhood. Today we are at the Colonnade Building in Concourse Park in the historic Northeast community, and we're here with Rebecca Cope, who is on the board of Northeast Arts KC, which is the organization that puts on the concert series that is supported by the Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund. Rebecca, thank you so much for having us out here today.
I'm so glad to be here, and it's a beautiful day today here in the park.
Yes, it is. And before we start talking about the concert series, can you tell us a little bit about Northeast Arts KC and how long it's been in existence?
Well, Northeast Arts KC has been around 21, 22 years, and it actually started as a concert series. It started at Independence Boulevard Christian Church. We had many concerts there. We've had concerts at the Kansas City Museum. When Northeast did the Fall Festival, we booked many of those bands for that event, and now we're doing them back here at the park again.
And how often do the concerts occur?
We've got a series, and we've been doing this here at the Colonnade for about 6 years. We started out with one concert, and then we had some in other locations, and then we booked 2, and then 3. Well, now we're up to 5, so we have May, June, July, and August for our concerts.
And what time do they usually get started?
Start at 7 o'clock and go until 9, so it is dusk. Mm-hmm. It's still, the sun is setting behind the colonnade, and we have 1 hour, first hour. Lots of kids arrive, families, so they're out playing, listening to the music on blankets, and just enjoying it in the horseshoe of the Colonnade building. We have a break, and then so the second half, some of the families with kids go home, put them to bed, and then we have another hour from 8 until 9 o'clock. So we wrap things up at 9.
Mm-hmm. And your performers, what type of music do they play throughout the summer, and how do you go about selecting who gets to perform for the concert series?
Well, we look for a variety of music, everything from country to marimba. We kind of look around the world, what type of musical entertainment is available to us. We also tap into some of the local musicians here, and also some artists that are from the outer part of Greater Kansas City. So we have a group coming, the 5 Star Jazz Band. They're located north of the river, and they have a wide variety of youth that participate in their program, and they're going to be playing for us.
So there's
as part of our series. Yes.
So there's something for all ages and for all types of interests in music.
Absolutely. We've had Zanzibar drums, so we have drumming. We've had classical music. We've had rock and roll, like I said, country. So we try to mix it up a bit and try not to repeat it every single year. We'll rotate that music around.
Mm-hmm. So if you're a first-timer to the concert series, what do you recommend that people should bring to make the most out of their experience?
Okay, we're in the Concourse Park at the Colonnade Building. Mm-hmm. It's a horseshoe-shaped building. That part is covered. It's a lovely venue. Bring your own lawn chair, bring a blanket, bring some snacks, something to drink, enjoy the evening, bring your kids. We have numerous people from the neighborhood actually come ride their bikes here. We have people from outside. So yeah, bring the accoutrements you need for sitting on the lawn and enjoying some really great music outside.
How many people do you think attend the events from year to year?
Anywhere from 50 up to 150 is what we've had clicked here, so we've counted the people. Kind of depends on the weather,
right?
But generally, somewhere in the middle, about 75 people is usually our average attendance.
And you mentioned that the bands come from outside, so you probably have audience members that aren't just from the neighborhood, they're from the surrounding areas, from other neighborhoods.
Oh, absolutely. When you have a band that's, let's say, in Grandview or in Overland Park, and they come over here to play, they're bringing their fans. So that's what we like. So we want to get people here from outside the area to visit our beautiful park here, get to know us here in the Northeast. So we get their fans, and we do draw anywhere from, let's say, like I said, north of the river, Blue Springs, Independence, Raytown, South Kansas City, Overland Park. So it's really a nice big circle of about 40 to 50 mile radius here.
Great. And if this is a beautiful day today.
It's gorgeous
but
today,
if if it starts to rain and there's going to be a change in the venue, where would they find out information about any last minute changes or just about all of the entire concert series and the other programs from your organization?
Well, first we do have a website, northeastartskc.org. We're a not-for-profit organization. We do have a Facebook page, so you can look us up on Facebook, Northeast Arts KC. Facebook's probably going to be the quickest way of finding out what's going on, or if there was a cancellation, or if there's any changes in the venue or the musicians that are here. But generally we do not shut down. If it's a heavy rain, yes, we'll call the concert off. You know, we have musicians with equipment here. We don't want blowing rains to...
you want to be safe.
We want to be safe for them, so we can. We've only canceled a couple in our 10-year venue here, or I should say, I think it's been 8 years that we've been actually here. I will tell you this, it is a summer concert, and you think, oh gee, it's July, it's going to be so hot. If you kind of look at the situation we have here, the colonnade is located right over a bluff. So when that sun sets, you're actually getting the cool breezes off the bluff coming up through the colonnade. So it's shaded here the entire time from 7 to 9. So you'll actually be pretty comfortable. But if you don't want the sun, you know, bring an umbrella, or if you don't want to get a little sprinkle, bring an umbrella just in case. But just plan for being outdoors and enjoying the outdoor park here in Kansas City.
Sounds like fun. Well, thank you for sharing information about your concert series, and we look forward to learning more about your organization on the website that you shared with us. And thank you for taking time to tell us more about what you do at Northeast Arts KC.
Absolutely. Go to our website, check out the concerts and our dates, and we hope to see you here.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
It's time to sign up and participate in Mayor's Night's activities. Young people have many options for having fun this summer. The programs include Club KC as well as Mayor's Hoops, Kicks, and Nets. For more information and to sign up, go to kcmayor.org/mayorsnights. Kansas City's summer curfew has started and runs through September 24th. For all minors, it's 9 p.m. unless they are accompanied by a parent in entertainment districts such as the Country Club Plaza, Westport, the Downtown Central Business District, 18th and Vine, and Zona Rosa. For all other parts of the city, the curfew is set at 10 p.m. for minors 15 and younger and 11 p.m. for young people ages 16 and 17. For more information about the curfew, visit our website at kcmo.gov/curfew. If your neighborhood is going above and beyond to be green, we want to hear from you. The City of Kansas City, Missouri KC Green Neighborhood Recognition Program recognizes neighborhoods working to improve sustainability. Registered neighborhoods may apply online at kcmo.gov/kcgreen and do that through July 31st to apply to be a KC Green neighborhood. The city will award neighborhoods with a platinum, gold, or silver designation based on the green and sustainable initiatives that they have implemented. Winners will be announced in the fall. If you want to suggest a project for next year's capital improvement budget in the city of Kansas City, Missouri, be sure to check out this next bit of information. The Public Improvements Advisory Committee, known as PIAC, invites residents to voice their ideas at a series of citywide and district hearings that run throughout June and July. PIAC funds are typically used for such things as flood control and storm drainage projects, as well as street surfacing, bridge repairs, and traffic signal installations. It might also include landscaping projects involving tree trimming and planting and improvements to parks and trails. Now, those upcoming hearings will be held on Tuesday, June 6th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Northland Neighborhoods, Inc., which is located at 4420 Northeast Shoto Trafficway. Also Thursday, June 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Trailside Center, which is 9901 Holmes Road in South Kansas City. Then Monday, June 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Hy-Vee, located at 5330 Northwest 64th Street in the Club Room. And then Thursday, June 15th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Southeast Community Center, 4201 East 63rd Street. Now, residents don't have to attend one of these meetings to submit a PIAC request. You can also go online to kcmo.gov/PIAC or call 816-513-8828 to request a form. You can email that request to PIAC at kcmo.org. The complete list of summer PIAC hearings is available on the city's website. And that does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, go to kcmo.gov and search Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel and all of our great programs which you can view on demand. I'm Chris Hernandez. Have a great week.